Hello there, welcome back, and Happy New Year's. Today is the first day of 2024, and I want to get this deck wrapped up so I can have something out nice and early this year. Didn't wrap it up 100%. I want to get one more match in, but the season reset, and I got my rank reset back to whatever. So I'm just going to end the video with the 4 wins that I did get with this deck. So I guess might as well just start getting into it. Its theme mostly is to just reset the board and take advantage of creature production and or creature vehicles that the deck has to recover quickly from any board wipe. Let's just go over what we have and get used to it. Up top, Get Lost, the new creature artifact, a creature enchantment planeswalker removal card for white that just came out in the last set, and it is pretty good. The map tokens aren't ideal, but if they don't have any creatures, it doesn't really matter a whole lot. And the ability to remove enchantments gives this thing even more utility. It's a really good card, especially if you're using it on enchantments and planeswalkers, because if they don't have any creatures, the map tokens are useless to them. Guardian of New Benalia, another good card, mostly for its regeneration. This thing just stops a lot of decks cold. I mean, you can throw a card away and it just won't die. Its ability to, when it attacks, enlist, so we can increase its attack power if you tap a creature instead of attacking with it, and its power gets added to this creature. Can make it big too. Your board wipes will also, you can protect it from itself, so you can just regenerate it and clear the board. So another great cheap creature. I'll give you the reason why some of these creatures are cheap here in a minute. Intrepid Adversary, that's always a nice one. The lifelink is very useful. Again, on one of those creatures that can come out, pump all your other creatures, and it can really swing the match around a lot. Intrepid Adversary can be underrated for sure. Jawbone Duelist. Another card for its ability that I want more than the creature in itself. Double Strike is great. Toxic is good to make people get distracted. You're not really looking to use it on them, but it is a great way to, have people panic. Suspicious Stowaway. This has always been one of my favorite cards, but it's hard to get it into most decks. If you can get it into the Seafaring Werewolf, it just sits there and draws a card every time you attack, and it can't be blocked. It's very, very great. Even in a non, it helps you cycle through cards pretty quick and get you to what you want. Unlicensed Hearse. This card, usually when it came out, disturbed opponents, and if it didn't, it would just gobble up graveyard card after graveyard card and get pretty huge, which again would disturb my opponent. A lot of decks these days use graveyard recursion, and this card can just go in and pick those cards right out, so they're never going to be a problem. It's almost a card I like to include in a lot of decks just for the reason. If not, it would be a good sideboard card, I think. Wedding Announcement. That's a standard card for decks of this type, I would assume. For me, it is. Just get creatures, could potentially draw cards, and it makes my creatures big. Great. I like it all around. So the tech in this deck almost is around the Mindlink mech. 1 blue to weather for a 4/3 flyer with a crew of 1. Whenever Mindlink Mech becomes crewed for the first time until end of turn, Mindlink Mech becomes a copy of target non-legendary creature that crewed it in this turn, except it's a 4/3 with a vehicle artifact. It's a vehicle artifact in addition to its other types, and it has flying. So this is why I picked the creatures that I have here, because when any of these, if he's already in play, so he's past his summoning sickness turn, he can become this, which means he gets regeneration and the enlist ability, or he becomes this, and it becomes lifelink, which is really good, or it becomes this and he gets double strike, which means it's a 4/3 flying double strike, or he can become this and it becomes unblockable and flying. So any of these that come out while that's out already makes us a threat right away. The first strike ability, double strike even, first strike for defense, double strike for offense, fantastic. It's taken a few people by surprise. And then you can't have a board clear without depopulate. You don't mind sweeping your own creatures many times. You have ways to produce more creatures if you had to. And then you can just recover, and the Mind Link mech will take right over. The Wandering Emperor, it's just one of those white cards, Planeswalker staple. Flash for Planeswalkers, pretty amazing. The ability to kill creatures exile is great. All around, just a great card. Back over to Sunfall. This was my panic button card a lot of times, but it also gave me creatures, which in turn allowed me to activate my mechs. It was a really good bounce card. It really reset the deck, and then I reset the board, and then let me take back over. Virtual Loyalty, to have an instant creature cast on their turn, which then in turn could activate mechs as well, and also the enchantment, increasing the size of creatures every turn, turned even a small little force into a real threat. So it was a good card if you can get it. And almost every time the enchantment came out, it was a game over. Going through a few of the lands, our normal staples: Seed of the Empire, a couple basics, Soaring City. I was having problems at one point getting the proper mana mixture, so I ended up having to put Pain lands in there. I'm still not thrilled with them, so but I found just having the land untapped when needed, especially on the draw, you have to, tap could be death. The typical Restless Anchorage. Again, another creature that you could make from land that can survive a board wipe, because you can board wipe and then turn it into a creature that can also then activate your mechs. And the Mind Link mech would then also create map tokens if he was imitating the Restless Anchorage. And then Mirrex, another good, just pez out a little creature. That creature that can become something of a threat, especially because I also, and I'll get to this here right now, I was operating with more than just the two types of vehicles I had in here. I tried to make almost a vehicle-based deck on blue-white. I originally started with black and blue, but I was having problems with it. And the white's ability to deal with permanents more effectively made me switch colors. Mobilizer mech. When his crew 3 was too high, I found board resets. I couldn't get this guy going. When he got going, then he would also activate other artifact or creatures, things like the Mind Link mech. But then the Mind Link mech wouldn't inherit the abilities of any things that activated it, which is one of the perks of having these creatures in here. It becomes these creatures. So even though it was cheap and it was flying, its crew 3 is what ultimately sealed its fate. Too expensive. Subterranean Schooner, very, very close. It almost made it into the final version of this deck. It's cheap. It's a 3/4. It's a crew 1. All of it great. Explorers, also great. What ultimately grounded this card was that it didn't fly. A 3/4 by turn 3 or 4 is not that good. And if you're attacking with a 3/4, because it has to attack to get that creature to have its explored ability, you're just walking into walls, or you couldn't attack and just become a defensive road bump. And there's no point. There's no point in playing a card like that. There's more effective ways to use that 2 mana. Futurist Sentinel. It wasn't bad as a beef vehicle, just sitting there. A 6/6 is imposing to almost any kind of deck, but it's crew 3. Again, when I board wipe, trying to come back with that 3 activation to get this thing going wasn't always that easy, and it would end up going back over to my opponent's turn, which you're not taking advantage of your board wipe if you do that, or theirs. So the Futurist Sentinel took a seat. Golden Argosy. I thought of possibly making this thing good, because again, it's a forecasting cost for a 3/6 crew 1. Doesn't fly, but it has 6 defense, so it's pretty tough. Crew 1 is cheap, so it can be activated. What ultimately stopped this thing is returning the creature under control at the beginning of the next end step. So my creatures would just be gone. It would be exposed. So if I ended up board wiping and say put the crew onto the Golden Argosy, it has to attack, which also was bad. It just became too clunky. It wasn't worth what it could do. So on a game of edges, this lost out. Eternal Wanderer. The main reason I bring this up because there's actually 2 videos where I'm actually playing this card. I tried to get it in again to work with it, and its board wipe was what was so attractive, as well as creating samurai tokens with double strike that could then activate my artifact creatures. I ended up cutting it because it's just too expensive. A lot of times I'm sitting there looking at it, making expensive faces at it, and it just never became the clutch card I needed it to be. And there's just better, cheaper cards that could do just as well for me, and I could get by just fine. I did have a couple matches where it was effective, but I think it's effective because of the situation, not because of the deck surrounding it. Like some cards are just so powerful on their own, they can take over. But essentially, those are the other cards that I played with. There was a few others, but not really worth mentioning. Anybody could really come up with them. So the point of this game is early game. You control it with the powerful creatures you have, board wiping when necessary. Get that wedding announcement out there so you can have your creatures beef when they do hit the ground. That can give people problems, and it's also really good with the vehicles, because when they're activated they get the benefits of those perks, and then you just wear your opponent down. The creature selection might be a little high. You might be able to trim some of those down. I wouldn't go too lower than 10. I found when you needed a creature, you had to take advantage of your windows, or they were just going to seal back up that wall and you couldn't get by them. It's a fun deck. Yeah, I think it would do well in plat, gold, even diamond. It was kind of doing alright if I showed more patience, but I have other decks to work on, and I didn't want to spend too much time on this one. I already spent a few days on it since my last video, combined with holidays. My times are crunched this time of year, so enjoy this one, guys, for just a nice, peaceful, relaxed walk in the park. It can generally handle red pretty well, which is the standard for speed. You have to keep them away for a bit, and then once your health, your life, which is again part of the reason why the Intrepid Adversary is in there, so his life link can get you back from the precipice of death. Enjoy this one, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you like what I do here, please subscribe. It's always nice to see that. If you have any comments, I'm always looking for new deck ideas. Even just mentioning a card I can try and wrap a deck around, I'm always up for that. They're not always winners, but they're fun. I try and make decks competitive. Hit that bell button for the next video that comes out, so you guys catch it when she hits the old YouTube. So you guys great holidays. Thanks for tuning in, and enjoy the video. Have a good one. In for more Magic Arena. See how we handle up against Sari? Polk? Whatever. That's a good enough start. Going first is nice. All tap land's not so nice. Who knows what we're up against now, but at least we'll get this out. Alright. Sari? I don't know. There you go. The answer, he says, is here. Well, that's a good answer. Nothing I can do about it. More problems. No lack of them. Put this out. No, not declining. Remove you from existence. And go pop him for 4. Alright. Now what do you got? Well, he'll probably take the adversary. Yeah, there you go. You have one ossification. You usually have 7 in your hand. Attacking for 2. Or 3, I guess. There you go, another ossification. That makes sense. 49 cards, get 3 ossifications. Fun game. Actually, yeah, why not? Let's build up some more. He's going to be ossifying everything he can. Yeah, stowaway, you can stay there. Hello, Thalia. Another one. Oh, you're getting everything you need. I am not so fortunate. Attack, attack, attack. Let's get that pressure on. Draw a card end turn. We can kill the Might should we have to. Ossification for him's coming out, that's a given. No, Brutal Cathar. Either way, we have a blocker if we need it. Should, unless he uses the Might. Oh, you couldn't even take a creature. Ooh, that's brave of you. Thank you. Definitely take you out. Don't like you at all. My turn. Let's get ourselves nothing. I could attack and hit him for 4, 5, 6. No, 5. I come close to finishing him, but I'm close to being dead myself. We can't take that chance. That's not a bad card to get. I can't put a land down, but I can kill a creature should I have to, so we'll sit there. Play the defensive game and maybe get within swing range next turn. He's got to play 2 cards this turn if he wants to activate his Brute, and he can't. So the Werewolf, I guess, is going to be taken. You can't have that unblockable stuff, right? You coming over? He is. No, he isn't. He is. I think this game could be close to being done. We'll take you out because I don't want to be. Well, yeah. No, because then he's hit me for 6 anyway. No, we'll take a Thalia. And we'll just get hit with the Brute. No block. Hit me. My turn. So I don't know what you have hope for here, my friend. I don't think you have any. I'm flying over your head and giving you a what for. That is game. Poof. Well, there's the first one in the bucket. Let's see what else we can do later. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch us in a bit. Boy. Alright, here we go once again, back into the arena. Welcome back, up against Drake Malbeyond. Lots of 2 casting costs. We have 2 mana. That seems to be a match. Someone who knows how to play quickly. That would be nice. At least in the early game. Forest, eh? Well, let's see if we can scare you. Suspicious stone. How suspicious. Ooh, I like that. Let's have a free card. Free cards are good. So is that. Let's get the back out there too, so maybe turn 4 could be quite huge. Yeah. Thank you. This is going to be a banana good turn. Yeah, we're going to cast 2 cards, so that's unfortunate for the werewolf, but we have to get rid of that thing being a mana producer. Then we can attack with the next werewolf. That's running into it hard and fast. Activate on. Alright, that's a good turn for her. Here we go. Crawlers and things. Yeah, there we go. Crater. That is definitely a pretty good start. Thanks for watching, everyone. Catch us on the next one. See you soon. What time is it? It is time for Magic Arena. Up against Death Plays. 2 casting costs, 4 and a 5. He mulligans. They mulligan. He, she, them, it, us. Tap Deserted Beach. Oh, too soon. Too soon. Alright. Here, piece of dynamite. Nope. 8 Clown Mask. It's actually a card too, and the name escapes me right now. Wow. Hasty Haste McHastington. He's coming up fast. Let's get the duelist out. I mean, 3 mana with anything can be huge, so. 2 mana. What are you? Mill 2 cards, eh? Or turn it into that big monster. What are you? Well, right now you have 2 poison colors. That's what you are. And let's put up the wedding announcement and start building. Creating that army. My own death play. Death by constriction. Hello, scallywag. Treasure token card. Filling her up fast. Good board wipe might be good. But for now, let's just attack with everything. And by everything, I mean 2. That's fine. We're gonna pop up on the duelist there. Get rid of that scallywag. Now comes a scully problem.
I've got new moves to teach you.
Now we scully gone. And I scully draw a card. Yay! Deserted Beach. But we're gonna get that Murex out there soon. The ability to pop a creature out after board wipe is very nice. Got a lot to go on to get that thing out. I need to really get rid of his ability to hit the ground running on me. So we'll drop one of those.
We must protect.
I don't want him to be able to run on me. So get rid of that. Yeah. I don't like it, man. It makes me nervous. I'm dropping in one of those. And start building that army again. There goes the land. Death Plays. Pirate, vampire. Yeah, merfolk. I don't think he does. Oh, no. That's bad enough. Beef in his creatures. I think the best way is just hit this thing hard. Drop out the virtual loyalty right away. Yeah, dude, I'm kind of crazy now.
Strike fast and strike hard.
That's fine. One less for you. Digging, merfolk he's looking for. There it is. There's his merfolk. So now the banana ram guy comes out. If not, my wanderer will take care of that artifact next turn. Hello there. I want to know what you're... I'm just plain old hexproof. Well, la-di-da. It's certainly going to give me an issue. And being menace life gained, board clear is almost my only option. So I guess we're going to have to start stocking things up. Giving him lots to have to deal with. He got it out, doesn't mean he wins.
May your blade strike true.
There we go. And no big. He can come over. I think I have some answers. Wow, credit to him. Sacrifice, eh? Well, I guess you go. That's pretty good. Oh, I'll be choosing blockers here. Get out of the way, big dinosaur. 6 now? No, the 5s. Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly. Your death plays was death done. It was only going to get worse for you. Oh, that was a weird one, eh? Well, thanks for hanging around for it. And I guess I'll see you guys on the next one. Later. Alright, it's time for another match in the arena. Thanks for joining. Up against Red Train. 2 casting costs, 2 casting costs, 2 4s, and a 6. I might be able to work with this. Most especially if we can acquire that 3rd mana and flow into the wedding announcement. Scapegoat is a sad. Don't want to see that. But can't help it. So here we go. Hello, Stowaway. Hello, targeting for Black Hate. Or from Black Hate, I guess. Whenever I see swamps. Oh, fun. But it can work with you at least. Oh, you still have mana, don't you? No, sadness. You know, that is the way the cookie crumbles. Now we're going to start getting into tap wars with the Scape Gorger. Or Scrap Gorger, sorry. And then depopulate the board next turn. So let's hope for lots of creatures this one. Hello, Praetor. you will be soon. I'll enjoy throwing in the garbage. Next turn. Yeah, choppa choppa. Slap me around. Two card draws. That's nice. Play another creature. Go for it. Push it. Really put that pressure on me. You get 2 mana. Come on. Come on. Quote that guy from Futurama. Yes. Blue. Oh, well, yeah, I'll eat it then, I guess. Because I don't want you to have it. Mine. No bigger. No bigger. Flushboard. Good. Not yet, though, apparently.
Run away. You'll be safer.
I don't know why I play this game sometimes.
We must protect the people.
I definitely don't make it easier on me, do I, Pop? No, I don't. I don't. Which way you going? I'll gladly block. I don't even care if that guy hits. But he'll get to draw 2 cards if he does. But I want the flush. I want the board wipe. So, Sunslayer, you are blocked. No cards for you, bud. Have her. Yeah, I
See
know,
you
I
later.
know. What am I doing? What am I doing? I was gonna say, he'd be smart not to press anymore. Thank you. You also can make mistakes. That's good to see. Oh, but now you can do that whenever you want, so I'll just wait. I know you're kind. This is me. That is the sound of him losing hope. So I see the crux. Oh, haha, Red Train didn't want to go that far back. Overcommitted. Death by depopulation. Alright, well, that was a quick one. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next match. Boy!